Hi all. Well, Hirsch Sahai here, reporting from Auckland, New Zealand. Today is the 26th of December, 2023. Happy Boxing Day if you're watching it on this day or another Boxing Day, I guess. And a little interesting topic I want to talk about today is one which I actually read about, I remember in a book a really long time ago. And it's just something which I've just never forgotten. It's not something huge, but just something that which has always been with me, and that is um, old-fashioned TV or old-fashioned television. I'm not talking about the individual TV sets or anything, but just the TV we saw. Like if you go back to as recent as the 90s, even the first half of the 2000s, say, before hard drives with torrented movies and of course the internet and then streaming services like Netflix took over. Before all that, we just had a few channels, especially say here where I grew up in New Zealand. It was just a few channels. I remember it was only three channels on TV up until 1999. The third channel, if I remember correctly, came out in 1991. But up until 1999, it was three channels, unless you had Sky Television, which is New Zealand's equivalent of cable, and even that was only a few channels. And in 1999, Sky Television added many more channels. But the normal TV for everyone, which is free for everyone, was only three channels up until 1999, and then they added two more, being Channel 4 and MTV. I remember that. But sort of looking at it, 1999 and going back when it was just a few channels on TV, just a handful of programs that everyone would watch. Pretty much the same programs, things like the Simpsons, Home Improvement, The X Files, a few game shows, basically things like that. We would pretty much all watch the same programs because there were only like I said, a handful of programs and just a few channels to choose from. We'd pretty much all watch the same programs on more or less the same nights each week, whichever night they came on. And then, if you remember quickly, the next day at school or at university or at work, of course, we'd all talk about it. It's like, oh, did you see Lois and Clark last night? Oh my God, he finally proposed. Things like that, and someone would be like, "No, damn it, I missed. I had to drop my I had to go to my kid's karate tournament, and so I missed it. Oh my, catch me up." But it's just, yeah, it's like I remember that. We would all watch basically the same programs, and would all talk about it the next day at school or work, and it really brought us together. Whereas today that doesn't really happen anymore, does it? Because there's basically now hundreds of channels and there's streaming services, and people still have um, things like hard drives full of movies and TV programs, and then of course there's still DVDs and all that as well. So yeah, it's just one of those little things. Like yeah, I remember that. We'd all watch the same basic programs, and then we'd all talk about it the next day, and it would really bring people together. I guess that's gone now, but it's certainly something to remember for back in those days. Yeah, thank you.